looks like we should be streaming. So let me
Which way should we be facing?
set out.
I'm
You guys are
facing-
fine where you're at for now. If you want to adjust yourselves into a party order.
I don't know what party order would be. I'm not gonna lie.
Nor do I know. That is up to you guys to determine. But all
Eustace,
right.
you're a melee.
Got a frying pan.
They did add that. That is an option now.
Watching the rear end.
He's Rapunzeling before Rapunzeled.
I'll get around to building that eventually. I should probably add that to the list.
Probably. That's a fair one.
So, all right. Welcome everybody to another Monster Monday monster test. I've got 3 players with me tonight. Usually got 4. One guy is sitting out, not available this week. Next week, I will also only have 3 players because a different one will be sitting out. But despite only having 3 players, we still have 4 characters. And so, why don't I first off ask my players to roll to see if any of their characters have hero points to their names. Eustace already rolled. Naturally, Eustace has no hero point.
There you
go.
Alright, nothing for Ollie.
Let's see here.
Alright, decaf.
And what?
Is that alright, decaf?
What?
Looking at you again.
I mean,
You're
both
the
hero
last
points.
chance.
see.
Alright,
There's one.
Luciana will start with a hero point.
Yes.
So there is that for you.
Wait,
Now with that out of the
Julie
way.
or Celine?
With that out of the way, we're going to go through, and I'm going to introduce my players and the characters they are playing. So first up, Zach. Zach, you always like bringing a funky character from some show, some game. People might have already guessed it at this point, but who are you playing this evening?
I'm playing Eustace Bagg from Courage the Cowardly Dog. He is a human barbarian with a focus on intimidation, and I made him a superstition barbarian because he doesn't believe in curses.
Of course.
Oh my.
Of course.
Holy crap.
I dig it. That's a good one.
That is genius.
Oh, that's upsetting, and I love it.
All right, Decaf. You've got 2 characters rounding out our party. Who do you want to introduce first?
I'll start with Luciana, the one down under.
Okay, this is the one that has a hero point.
Yes. So Luciana here is a cleric of Monad. So she worships the great void and stands by the neutrality of the void. Nothing crazy to her. She's just a cloistered cleric, so she's very heavy into the caster side of things. That's pretty much it for her because we're only level 5, and I've kind of stuck to that.
All right, and your second character is Celine.
Yes. And then Celine here is a tiefling human who is a psychic. I've gone with the precise discipline, subconscious mind, and the distant grasp as her conscious mind. So she's heavy into the telekinetics.
I feel like I've seen that art before, like you or Shy have used it.
This is my main psychic that I use in the Beast Slayer games that you run.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would do it.
All right, and then Shy, you have Ollie.
I do. I've already realized basically my human rendition of my favorite rabbit boy, my bunny boy. But basically, a flashy dancer in combat and one of happy personality and happy, friendly personality with maybe a quick tongue to follow suit.
All right.
I am a wit swashbuckler.
Oh, okay. Ooh, wit is fun.
Yeah.
Well, the 4 of you are venturing through a desert and have come to a suitable place that looks like it would be good to set up camp. However, before you can do so, the oppressive heat of the desert region grows even hotter. And waddling around the corner from this little canyon here is a squat creature resembling almost an ankylosaurus, but with a fang-filled maw and a fan-like tail. The creature
Uh,
looks like this.
Oh,
what the heck?
what is?
All right.
Okay.
My brain thinks like turtle meets dinosaur meets
Yeah, that's
Art
also how
style.
it's described.
Oh, how funny.
cartoons.
Is this a Dauntless monster?
It is. This is another
Okay, yeah.
monster from the
Oh.
game Dauntless.
Ooh. Okay.
As it eyes you up with its scarlet gaze, fire begins to roll from its mouth, and as you roll for initiative.
All right,
Okay.
with that, because what kind of swashbuckler would I be if I didn't immediately follow it up with something?
Facts.
Some swaggering initiative.
I don't think I have. Oh wait, hold on. Is that the one I think it is? One moment.
One moment.
I'm on the
Please
wrong
hold.
layer. Alright. I rolled an 18, so I'm going to be using that one.
Nice.
It's just on the wrong layer for it.
Fair. Alright, so Luciana is probably going to go first.
Alright. Yeah,
Oh, is it under the
Luciana's
swashbuckler style?
first so far.
Cool.
Where is it? I thought there was.
And while you're looking for that, I'm going to get some music going. Let's go with some Cry Havoc.
I swore the swashbuckler had something.
It depends.
If
There's
you
usually like a
don't have swagger initiative, I don't think you have anything.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I just remembered looking at it and deciding not to take it.
Yep.
Okay. Well, oh well.
Alright, go ahead and roll, and let's get you on the board.
Yeah, not bad. Boink. And skip you.
There we go. Okay. First
Nice.
act is going to be Luciana. This
Alright.
burly beast rolls around the bend and eyes you all up nastily.
Ugh. Yeah. That's not good. Luciana is gonna look in front of her at Celine, look over to Eustace, shake her head in discouragement because she doesn't like that he doesn't like her magic, and step over here to Ollie and cast heroism on him for her remaining 2 actions.
Ooh, solid start. Well,
She's just dismayed.
That's funny.
that means it is my Charrogg's turn. And so it's gonna start. You see its tail reach into the ground beneath it and scoop up earth that lights ablaze.
Oh, I don't like that.
Oh no.
The flaming earth, picks its tail upward like a catapult, flinging it over its head and over its back at Luciana, since you were
No.
the first to move.
Fair.
Go ahead and give me a reflex save.
Okay. Reflex. This is Lucy. Perfect. 24.
24 is exactly enough, so you will only take half damage from this.
Ooh, okay.
So you will take 10 points of fire damage.
Woo! Alright.
But as it hits you, it splatters, and the molten matter fills the ground beneath your feet.
Oh. Oh no.
Additionally, I forgot to put that in, so we can't use that again for a while.
Okay.
But the other thing, he's going to use his reaction.
Reaction.
He just threw this flaming ball of earth at you. But
Mhm.
you can see his tail as it swishes around behind him. Seems to still carry some of those flames, as it channels flames into its tail.
Oh.
So, until the end of its next turn, its Tail Strike deals an additional 1d6 fire damage.
There.
Oh, fun.
That's fun. Yeah.
It has one action remaining, so it is going to go ahead and waddle forth.
Lumber up plus.
It waddles.
It's very turtle-esque.
Oh, it waddles so far. No.
That's only 15 feet. Calm down.
That's so far.
Celine.
Luciana just doesn't want to be there.
I wasn't expecting Celine to be on the front lines, so it's one of those.
We've learned how much a psychic can be on the front lines recently.
We don't like that. I don't care what you say. We don't like that.
Ash is her own existence.
So
Right.
I think
Celine, this burly creature, probably you might just be a little bit taller than it, but it is still this large beast.
I
This
don't
squat
like it.
and low to the ground.
I'm not gonna risk it. I think first action, Celine is gonna try to step to here.
You don't want to step here?
No.
Fleeting Eustace.
Luciana and Ollie are already in ruin as far as she's concerned.
Oh!
Then Celine is going to also look over at Eustace, shake her head in dismay, and walk down here for her 25 movement to get around the pool of fiery nonsense. And then her third and final action will be to cast guidance on Luciana.
Okay. Ollie, that brings us to your turn. So
Yeah.
first thing that happens is that you're standing in a bunch of molten earth.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
dance in the fire a bit, like ooh ah, and take 6
Oh, there's
points
no
of
like
fire
reflex.
damage.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
Hate it.
got it. Hazardous terrain.
I do not have anything.
Oh, hang on. Every time. I'm assuming it changed my HP for you guys.
Yes.
Yes.
That's kind of what I thought. But it didn't change it for me, so.
Oh.
Alright, I'm back. Character sheet. Going. Happens to me like, every time. I swear. Alright. So. I think Ollie will start just with an immediate attempt to tumble through.
Okay.
Just immediately from right here. So he'll move up 5 feet forward. And he's going to try and use his movement speed to tumble through.
Sounds good. Give me an acrobatics
up.
check against his reflex DC.
Hey, yeah.
Alright, you
Okay,
just
you
get
will.
through.
Awesome.
You manage to leap over and slide across this creature's broad back.
Yeah.
But I think that is going to take all of your move. Ooh, that might even take 2 actions.
I have 35 foot of movement.
So this is 5 feet. To get through one of his squares would be 15, 25, 30. Okay, so you are
Yeah,
safe.
I've got 35. I'm good.
Very nice.
I planned that out ahead of time. And then I am gonna now pull out my weapon because we're flashy and do the dodging first. If I'm not mistaken, that actually provides me a panache for being able to tumble
yes.
through as a swashbuckler.
Indeed. All swashbucklers get panache from tumbling through the spaces of their enemies.
Yeah. Separately, I do have tumble behind. Tumbling through catches your foe off guard. Whenever you tumble through successfully, but you tumble through is flat-footed against the next attack you make before the end of your turn. And that is all I'm going to do.
So he's flat-footed. So you take the opportunity to strike out against him
Mm-hmm.
with
Huzzah!
a 27. That'll hit.
All right, and this will be with a +3 due to panache.
Nice. Right, 12 points of
12.
damage. Your sword bites into his almost rocky hide and draws blood that almost looks more like magma.
Ugh.
Eustace, it is your turn.
Alright. Eustace is gonna cry out, "No solicitors," as he draws his hammer
One
for a
action.
first action.
Okay.
He will step up for a second action,
Now,
and for his third action,
if you
yep,
wanted to move one more, you would be flanking.
I mean,
If-
sure.
if you
He's
so
not
desire.
that smart, but I'll do it for my battle buddies. And then
Well,
for his third
Eustace
action,
wouldn't care
Ollie.
about his battle buddies. So if you don't
Yeah.
do
No,
that,
but
then-
Eustace would maybe care if he got it for himself.
Ah, true.
Yeah.
and for his final action, he will swing.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, that is a hit. Yikes. Okay. 13 points of bludgeoning as you pound this creature on the head. Which brings us to round 2 and the start of Luciana's second turn.
All right.
So first things first,
Let's just say, give me that damage.
only 3 points of fire damage.
All right, I'll take it. I like the sound of that number. All right. Ooh, if I move, that's gonna hurt more.
You could leap.
What's up?
You could leap.
I could. I suppose.
Ollie calls out, "Jump over it!"
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, okay. Thinking. All right. So, do I need to make an athletics for that, or is that just? It's
If
within
you're
my
just
movement
using
that I
the
can do
basic leap action, then you are good to go.
You can, with 25 feet of movement, you can leap 10 feet, which will clear one
Okay.
square officially.
it? So then, yeah, I will jump to here.
Yep.
To get out of that, and then I am a cleric. I don't have a lot of like offensive magic here. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and cast Fear from one of my first
Okay.
spell slots to try and get this thing's AC down.
So the Charrogg will attempt a will save against your spell DC. That is a 15, so he becomes frightened 1.
Awesome.
Right, what?
Or only frightened one?
Oh, frightened 2, you're right.
Oh, thank goodness. I'll take it.
Alright.
I mean, I'll take frightened either way.
Fair.
It is the Charrogg's turn. And doesn't like what you just did there.
No, probably not.
So it is going to start off by throwing a thrashing tantrum.
Oh no.
So first, it is going to strike Eustace, who gave it a really good smack. Alright,
Uh-oh.
that is a 29 against Eustace's AC.
29?
Yep.
What does he get a penalty from?
Frightened 2.
Oh, okay. Well then, yep, that is a hit.
Yep, Luciana saved it from being a crit.
Oh, thank goodness.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
Alright, so he strikes you and knocks you prone because of the improved knockdown granted by Thrashing Tantrum. He also deals 11 points of damage. Then he is going to strike because he has to strike somebody else. So this is him just like pounding his big forelimbs against the ground. He's going to knock against Oliver. Ooh, 26.
26 does unfortunately still hit.
All right, 9 slashing damage, and you too are prone.
Alright.
In response to Eustace getting tripped up, he will use his reaction to Wounded Rage.
Yeah.
And
All right.
upon raging, he will activate Raging Intimidation.
Well, you don't get to activate that yet. You can
Oh.
use it on your
Yeah.
turn. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can demoralize and whatnot
Yep.
while raging, basically.
Yep.
But
Yep.
normally you
Oh,
can.
and also, from my Instinct ability, it says once every 10 minutes when you rage, you regain hit points along with temporary hit points. Does that just happen when I rage?
Let me take a look at Superstition Instinct real quick. So this is under once every 10 minutes when you rage, you regain hit points with the temporary hit points you gain from that rage. Yeah, so I guess you could just gain those hit points. So what?
Okay.
So you would get 5 plus your con mod as temp HP. What's your con mod?
+2.
All right, so you heal 7 hit points and then get 7 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
That's handy.
Mhm.
But that was
Nice.
only one action from the Charrogg. So for the second action, you see it like after it's thrown its tantrum, it plants its feet on the ground, and you see it's almost like vibrating, like it's concentrating or something. And then suddenly, those weird frills above its arm explode in jets of fire as it begins to slowly rise and spin in the air,
Hey yo!
spraying out fire in a 30-foot emanation
Oh.
as
Oh
it
my.
uses its fire jets.
Okay.
In retaliation as a reaction, I'm going to activate my Charmed Life.
This is when you start your turn in it. It's like an aura, essentially.
Oh, this is an emanation. Oh, okay. I thought this was okay. Got it. My bad.
Yep, all good. All right, Celine, you managed to escape my molten fire upon the ground,
Uh-huh.
but you could not escape this. Oh, also, it's going to use its reaction. It should have fire jets first, but it's not a smart
Okay.
monster. But it's going to channel flames into its jaws.
Ooh, okay.
Or, sorry, claws for the jets.
All right. So I'm gonna be taking some damage. It sounds like. for
Give
the
me
start
a
of my
reflex
turn
save to begin with.
here. Okay. Yeah. So it sounds like I'm gonna be taking some damage. Let's be fair. Let's see. Lean reflex.
You will
23.
actually you meet
Oh.
it because of frightened.
Frightened, yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oops,
Who's
I
that?
hit the
Save.
44. All right, 6 points of fire damage.
Okay. I can handle that. I'm a little squishy, but I can handle that.
We'll see about that.
I can handle this for now. We're gonna rage. No, I'm not a fucker. But we are gonna unleash Psyche for a free action at the start of my turn here, since I did
Okay.
cast guidance on my last turn.
I've seen this ability once or twice now.
Yeah, facts. Especially today. Yeah. So yeah, we'll do this, and then I think my. How do I want to do this? I don't want to. I don't want to stay in the aura, but I also need to be able to get you. So we're gonna go ahead and move. I'm gonna go to right here, and then we're gonna go ahead and cast my remaining 2 actions. Grim Tendrils, because it's a 30-foot line, so it'll stop just short
misses Ollie. Okay,
of Ollie. Yeah.
so this is a fortitude save.
Yes, this will be a Fortitude save. Spell DC is 21.
Okay,
I'm
so
just adding the additional damage at this point.
it's going to be whatever I roll -1. Oh, Jesus. 3 on the die. 19.
Ah! I'll take it. All right. So that is. It looks like 10 negative damage,
And he's taking 1 persistent
and then
bleed.
1 persistent bleed. Yep.
Okay.
Pokety.
We'll start poking you.
Oh wait, it should
That
be
is all.
it should be 12, right?
No,
Because
I
of your-
counted that in already.
Oh, that's already factored in. All right.
Yep. It's a 2d4 plus the 2 for her.
Gotcha.
unleashed. And I
Ollie,
rolled, I guess, max damage.
you're on the
All right.
ground as it sprays
Yeah.
the earth around it with fire.
I don't know. There's all this chaos going around. I think he's pretty happy with this. Like, yeah, this is all right, perfect. I can work with it.
Let's start with a reflex save.
Yeah, I was gonna maybe use Charmed Life. No longer am I, because that would use my reaction for the rest of my round. So never mind. I'll just go ahead and make a reflex.
Okay,
I do have a +1 to this due to hero.
indeed. 24 is a success.
yeah.
Nice.
So let me roll that 4d6. You'll only be taking 6 points of fire damage.
Sweet.
You manage to curl into a ball as the fire jet blasts right above your head, just catching
I almost
the
imagine that
rippling heat.
Yeah. Either like curl into a ball or like flattens on the ground as best as he can so he can try and quickly like stand back up for his first action.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and do a one for all action. As a wit swashbuckler, I think it would be really effective. So, yeah, one for all. It's a single action. I am going to offer an aid via diplomacy to Eustace on his next strike at the Charrogg as he goes. Or the Charrogg?
Charrogg.
Charrogg? That makes sense. Tongue. Offers some encouraging words. Like, oh, come on, you're gonna let this thing beat you down? And he looks at him like dead in the eye as he says it, knowing what that might do. But here's that, and I'll get to use aid as a reaction with diplomacy.
Alright, so you will roll on his turn.
Yep. As long as I spend my reaction for that. And then that leaves me with one more, unfortunately, action. I would love to have more than that. I think I will...
What you thinking? You want to bring out a finisher because you know you're thinking you're going to gain panache when you aid with one for all.
Well, if I aid with one for all and meet a very hard DC, is when I get panache.
Ah, that is true.
But honestly, you know what? I'm confident. So is Ollie. You know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll follow it up with a confident finisher.
Okay.
So here's that, and here is my strike.
And so at this level, it's what? 2d6?
3d6.
3d6. Do you have heroism factored in?
No.
Alright, well, taking heroism into account with all his penalties, that makes that exactly a hit.
Yeah! We really do work way too well as a team together.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm over here burning in an emanation.
Alright. Alright, so here's the damage of the strike itself.
Okay,
And
solid
then
damage.
3d6 precision.
Oof. Oh, my poor boy.
My.
Go Ollie!
He's not
Yeah, this
exactly
feels
he's not
representative.
exactly bloodied, but he is hurting.
Mhm.
Eustace, I'm sure you can get him there. What do you want to do? Well, first thing you got to do is give me a reflex
save.
save.
Nope. Oh, that too.
Yep, the reflex save.
You again, like everybody else, make it.
Surprisingly, that's his lowest save.
4 points of fire damage.
You rolled a 16, that makes sense.
Alright, that comes out of his temporary.
Yep. And then you stand, mallet in hand.
First stand. Second action, he's gonna... Is this thing still feared?
It is. It is frightened 1.
Nice one to him.
Does a demoralized fear, like, add fear counters? Or how does that
No,
work?
you would
No.
have to critically succeed to make him frightened 2. Otherwise, there's effectively no real effect.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, he's gonna still try it for his second action.
Okay.
He's gonna try to, he's gonna use Raging Intimidation, Intimidating Glare, and then he gets a +1 from Intimidating Prowess, and a +1 from his Demon Mask. So he's gonna try to go Ooga Booga Booga, Scared Lizard.
All right. Well, 22 is a success, but not a critical success, unfortunately.
Alright. Well, then he's gonna get pissed and try to smack it.
I would like to aid.
Yep. You go ahead and aid. I have the hard
I'm-
DC for your level.
Yep. I will also mention that this comes at a +4 due to my 5th level ancestry feat, Cooperative Nature.
Oh, okay.
So this is a total of a +17. No, it's a +18. I forgot my item bonus.
All right. Very good chance of you meeting the very hard DC then.
Yeah, I may or may not have come prepared. So this At 4, so I need to add 5 to
This
this.
was a last minute build.
Oh, there you go.
Jesus! All right, 38.
Yep.
Jeez.
38 is good. That is a critical success. And are you
Oh.
you're expert in diplomacy? All right, so that doesn't grant anything additional on the aid. But Eustace, you get a +2, so you have a 27 to hit, which nails him. And do you have your bonus damage from rage already factored into your mallet there?
It does not, so it's 16 damage.
All right.
Okay.
You crunch into his shell, staggers
Okay.
under the blow.
Heroism, by the way, made that a 39 now that I'm thinking about it.
You get your panache. I get it. That was
Get out
3
of
actions, and it is round 3.
That was stupid.
Alright.
Luciana.
Luciana needs to make a reflex.
This will be your panache symbol.
Oh no!
Uh-oh, it hasn't populated for me. What'd you get?
I got
Wow.
a nat 1, but she is the one with the hero point.
Of course she is.
So we're gonna try it.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
No way.
Both
Yep.
sides of the
I'll blow
D20.
That's how I figured it was gonna go.
The laser, the laser is
What a
giving
pretty-
today.
No,
I
that's
rolled
just
a-
the monster tests in general.
Oh man, you're getting a lot of those ones though for
So
your
many
damage
ones.
too.
I've rolled at least one every single time so far.
Every single time. Yeah.
I think that's just your monster
You,
test in general, BB.
You won't have this Charrogg summon its mate.
I don't know. It's.
Uh,
I feel like it's doing what it's supposed to do.
I think that's
I was
fair.
gonna say, I think it's working out still well.
Yeah, it has some very fun like environmental effects that like they do enough if they're gonna hit
Mm-hmm.
that I would still worry with all of my saves.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is literally just factoring like, oh thank God we're actually surviving this.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, I think for my first 2 actions, because it's a 15-foot cone, I'll catch him on that corner there. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and cast Haunting Hymn as I start
That is
rhyming
another
some hymns
Fort
about the
save.
void. This one is a Fortitude save. Yeah, I don't know why it's listed.
That is a
Right there.
29.
All right, so that'll succeed. So it'll be half of this, so
All right.
5 sonic damage.
Can't hear you over the roaring flames
and
that scorch the earth. That is
and
2
then-
actions, and you have 1 remaining.
I think for my last action, in case she uses a spell attack roll potentially, Luciana is gonna give Celine guidance in return for her final
Okay.
action.
Sounds good.
Boom.
All right, this brings it back around to the Charrogg's turn. As its turn begins, the flame jets flying from him sputter and die out, and he drops lightly back to the ground. But you see him arches back again, and he almost looks like a cat hacking up a hairball
Oh.
before a ball of molten matter rolls from his gullet onto the ground.
Oh
What?
no. He has like a flaming sphere effect.
Ah!
Has exactly a flaming sphere effect.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
And
I love
as the
that.
action for summoning it, it's moving towards Luciana.
Oh man!
Oh,
Reflex.
it's gross though.
Actually, you know what? It's gonna move towards Eustace, just because you're the one that smacked him the hardest. No, wait, Ollie did. But Ollie's
I was
got
gonna say,
high
I think
reflex.
Ollie did. You know that's fair. We can't go after Ollie.
All right, Zach, I need another reflex save from Eustace. That is a
Oh, no.
critical failure,
Wow.
no.
which means you'll be taking 34 points of fire damage.
Woo!
I see.
Sizzle and burn.
So then that's a 31 damage.
Oh!
Wow.
Uses its reaction, and fire licks from its jaws as it rounds on Ollie to snap at him.
Ooh.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
22 to hit.
22 is exactly a hit.
Nice.
Perfect.
Dang it.
All right.
17 piercing and 1 fire.
Ooh.
Alright, so total of 18. Got it.
End of his round. He's no longer frightened. He's 1 round closer using that ability again. And takes 1 point of bleed. We'll make his flat check to end this bleeding on him.
Hmm.
And fail. Which brings us to Celine's turn.
All right. Let's see here. She's got a +1 status on some stuff if she needs it. I think I might just take advantage of that. Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna go ahead and spend a focus point so that I can amp up my telekinetic projectile on like a nearby rock that's on the ground.
Alright.
We're gonna fling this bad boy. I need to double check the damage because it should just be standard, so let me adjust that. Projectile. Amp heightened would be 5d6 plus 4. Okay. There's that, and then I get an additional +1 for this. It is a cantrip, so it shouldn't get anything from the Unleashed Psyche, though. So this should be the attack.
It still does, I think.
Oh! Well, it's not
But-
great.
Yeah, no, that is a wild miss.
Very much so.
It blasts
Oh!
out, and you annihilate like part of the cliffside over here. But the Charrogg is still very much fine.
Yep, and then I guess preparing herself for the stupefied effect that's going to be coming for the next 2 turns. She's going to cast up shield, protect herself.
Okay.
Nice.
Ollie.
I'm actually going to go ahead and delay my turn until after Eustace.
Alright, Eustace.
All right. For his first action, he's going to
Run from the
Get
flaming
out
ball
of-
of fire. Yeah.
lightning on fire. And then for his second and third action, he's going to take a swig and heal.
Alright, so he reaches into his overalls and pulls out a healing potion that he chugs down.
It's actually in the form of like a liquor bottle.
Sarsaparilla.
Yeah, it's a little
little-
flask.
The clay jug with the XXX on it.
Yeah.
It's just so funny.
Alright, that is all of Eustace. Ollie, would you like to act?
I would indeed.
Alright, it is Ollie's turn. Again.
Cool. I think at this point, this is a perfect chance for him to just go ahead and do it. I will step into a flank. I am actually going to go ahead and do a dueling parry so that I can get a bonus to my AC.
Alright. You got yourself a little bit of protection.
Yeah, and then we'll go for a strike.
Alright, so flat-footed, but he's no longer frightened.
Yep,
Mhm.
but this will be at a +1. Okay.
Natural 20.
Oh, wow.
Alright, so go
Even
ahead
when
and
it's not the
roll
bunny boy.
your
This needs to-
damage, and then roll your deadly d8.
Oh, you're right, because it's a rapier.
Exactly.
So that's 11 due to panache, and then the D8 from the rapier.
Wow.
Jeez.
Alright,
Yeah, wow.
the tenacious Charrogg yet clings to life.
Ollie and Oliver, just the renditions of him, they don't fuck around.
It is round 4, Luciana. This is usually around where our fights end. Can you make it happen?
Maybe. I think we're gonna continue to spout off a hymn in honor of the Void as we do another haunting hymn.
Alright. With its full bonus, the Charrogg attempts a fortitude save and gets a 31.
Oh, yep, that's a crit
Ooh.
success.
He does not appreciate your song.
How dare you?
You have 1 action remaining.
Yeah, Lucy realizes that was the wrong plan of action, and she goes, "You know what? I'm gonna just prepare to heal you guys from over here.
Oh,
All right.
man. Goodbye.
It is the Charrogg's turn. For its first action, what it's going to do is it is going to sustain its flaming sphere. Eustace, you need to make another reflex save.
God, I hate it.
That unfortunately is another critical failure,
No fucking way.
Oh no.
which means you'll only take 14 fire damage this time, however. Then the Charrogg is like, you know what? I don't want to be around you guys. And so it is going to waddle away.
As it does so, I would like to use a reaction for no escape.
Yeah,
Go
that's
for
fair.
it.
And so,
Not to end in the fire.
alright, keep pace. Do I just move my normal speed?
Yep. I'm trying to think.
Because this is still flaming, right?
Yep, so as you move through there, you take 3 more points of fire damage.
Selena, it's this one.
And funny enough, you actually set me up for something I was going to do to Luciana and Celine.
Oh no.
Oh, ha.
Because the Charrogg's going to throw another thrashing tantrum.
Ah!
So we'll start with a claw against Celine,
Yep, that's fair.
and miss, I assume.
17. Double checking.
Level
Yeah, that'll
5
miss.
caster, yeah. Alright, and then one against Eustace. And another wild miss.
no.
Jesus, Charrogg, buddy.
That is a tantrum.
It
He's
is.
too
Yeah, that's what that turned into, yeah.
Celine, it is your turn. You are no longer Unleashed Psyche, and you are Stupefied 1.
I am stupefied 1. I've got some minuses, and I've got some flat checks potentially for casting, which we're gonna risk. So, how do I want to do this?
Ooh, I forgot. He takes 1 point of bleed.
Yep.
Then he rolls his flat check.
Oh, how long does that terrain last for? Is that just like a...
So I realized he stops his bleed, but I realized that I hadn't listed a duration. So I just typed 1 in, and I said
1 minute.
a minute. I could see it being
Yeah.
lower.
Okay.
We can discuss that
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'd say a minute.
when we get into that aspect.
That.
when we get to that portion of the show.
Yeah, okay, cool.
All right, cool. Then I think Celine is going to say, "I don't like being in melee. What is this?" And she's gonna go ahead and just full move to get to here.
Okay.
All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and I like to go big or go home. So we're gonna go ahead and attempt that flat check now because I'm gonna try and cast a 3rd level magic missile.
Ooh, all right. So guaranteed hits if you can get this flat check,
I can just pass a 6.
and you do.
All right.
So this is 1st level.
This will be 3rd level.
Ah, all right. So you get to
And
fire
it's only
4
2 actions.
missiles.
So it's 4 missiles. Yep.
Oh, this poor...
You have a chance of putting it down here.
That's my hope. But we'll see. The 44 plus 4. The 4th. For 12 force
had-
damage.
Exactly 12 hit points remaining.
Oh, nice.
Missiles fly from Celine's fingertips, sailing, arcing through the air to slam into the Charrogg that crumbles under the barrage, sinking into its pool of magma.
Yeah, Ollie takes a quick look over at the burning sphere nearby.
As it winks out of existence.
He goes, okay.
As it Pac-Man's opening a mouth and go waka 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 waka
As it
after
hatches,
Ollie.
As it hatches into a new Charrogg.
Babe Cruise.
Baby Cruise, yeah.
Eustace picks it up and plans to sell it for money.
All right, so that is the test completed. At this
Beautiful.
juncture, I am going to share the character sheet with the monster sheet with you guys, and just go over a little bit of the ideas here of what I've got typed up. So, just got to make it so that you guys can all see it,
Show me yours,
and
30
show the
unarmed attacks.
players.
Yes.
Yep, there
All
you
the
go.
unarmed attacks.
1, 2, 3. All right. So the Charrogg is, as I mentioned, a monster hailing from Dauntless. It is a fire behemoth in that game. So normally, when I make these creatures, they end up being an animal of some sort. However, the Charrogg has an ability to spit a molten ball of magma out of its mouth that homes in on a player.
Mhm.
And so the best way to represent that is by flaming sphere. And so I was curious because I know monsters have magical abilities, or animals have magical abilities, such as the bunyip and a couple other creatures. But I didn't know if innate spells were something that animals had. And so I looked it up. The only animal in all of published Pathfinder materials so far is a mutant that is a unique creature.
Oh,
Hmm.
interesting.
So, with that being the case, I decided it was better to represent the Charrogg as a beast rather than an animal.
Makes sense.
So, he's got the beast trait, he's got the fire trait, he's got an intelligence of -3 because I still want him to be just mostly a big dumb animal.
Yeah.
Fair.
As a beast, he's got that dark vision because he also does I can't really tell if he tunnels or if they do it because when he transitions from a place to a different area in Dauntless, he melts the ground and like swims into it.
Oh, interesting.
But I wasn't sure about representing that as an actual like movement speed because it's not something he does otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So I
Weird.
refrained from doing so for the time being.
Sure.
His armor class is moderate, but he uses let me see here, a high HP for his level. So I felt like you guys were getting solid hits in, but I felt like he did a
Oh,
good
yeah.
job of tanking them.
Yeah, I can actually agree to that.
I
Yeah.
fully agree. Yeah.
Yep. He's immune to fire, which is, the most common damage type to be immune to.
Yep.
But as a fire
But it also
behemoth,
makes sense for
he
him.
is weak to cold.
That makes sense.
So if anybody had a Ray of Frost, you know that.
He would have been very upset at you.
Yep.
Yeah, facts.
Um,
I'll put a target on your back.
yeah. The Channel Flames is kind of a unique ability.
Mhm.
I mostly decided to do it because I saw attacks that the Charrogg would do, and there would briefly be like flames like on his tail or something. It's like, I mean, that's kind of a fun idea, but how do I incorporate it? And so I decided to be a reaction that when it uses its certain ability, that like because with fling flames, it's scooping it up with its tail, with its fire jets, they're coming out right above its arms. With its flaming sphere, it's spitting it out. And
Mhm.
so it's like, these are each near one of its natural attacks, so I can just have it channel the flames from that attack into its strike. As for his attacks, he uses a moderate attack bonus, actually uses a low attack bonus for his jaws and tail, but a moderate attack bonus for his claws. I felt like he was still hitting pretty capably. He didn't make a ton of
Mhm.
attacks, but that is partially because the Charrogg was sort of designed as a magical bruiser. And less of like a brute or something. He's got more focus on his abilities than
Yeah.
striking people.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Um,
I think it worked really well, personally.
yeah. He uses a low damage for his tail and claws and a moderate damage for his jaws. However, if he has channeled flames into any of them, they all move up one step. So his jaws would become high damage, his tails or claws would become moderate damage.
Ah.
Okay.
So fire jets happens like I described it. He's got these sort of like gills that you can see above like each limb. I'll show you this guy's again. You see like the sort of like frills he's got.
Mm-hmm.
And so fire shoots out from them in like streams.
Huh.
And it like is enough to like he lifts off the ground a tiny bit, and then he'll just like move around, like he'll walk around in a circle and just like sweep the stream of flames everywhere.
Huh.
And so at one point I was like, I could just make this an aura. But it's not something he does super consistently. And so instead, I was like, why don't I make it an active ability that essentially functions like an aura, but because he has to spend actions on it, I'll use a higher DC.
Well, does it need to be like an emanation? Could it just be like, well, because you had the emanation exist, and then if they start their turn, that's when they do the reflex. Would you want to do it so that, like, in the moment, anyone within 30 feet just responds in that time frame? If that made sense, like a fireball almost, just centered on him.
No, because he does hold it for a while. So like if you try to get close to him, you should also be taking the damage.
Gotcha.
So he used it offensively in your fight, but he could have also have used this ability almost defensively, like discouraging people from trying to close in on him.
Right.
Gotcha.
Which is how he can use it in Dauntless.
Gotcha. Okay.
Fling Flames is a pretty simple ability. I did forget to include a duration. How do you guys feel about 1 minute? You think that's fine? Especially because
I
you
think 1
can
minute's
pretty
good.
much just like leap out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Out of it.
I agree to that one personally.
If anything, I that would be the exact reason to keep it at a minute. Because, like, at first, I don't know if Decaf immediately thought of leap, but it is something that anyone could do, and it's probably forgotten. So, like, if a player forgets to do it, it's kind of on them, you know?
Yep. So yeah, that uses higher damage than the fire jets because it's effectively an AO. It's kind of like an AOE ability, that has a cooldown. Whereas the fire jets don't, because I'm like, well, he could just can choose to keep spinning and spraying fire everywhere, but most of the time he doesn't. Finally, he does have just like he will just slam the ground and it knocks hunters back and down and stuff like that, which I just decided to represent with improved knockdown.
I do like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Separately, by the way,
Mhm.
fire jets. I don't think I see it mention how long that lasts.
Creating a 30 fire. You're right. 30-foot emanation of fire around it until the start of its next turn. Good
Perfect.
call. Good call. Thank you. And let me
But otherwise, yeah,
put
no.
that
Like, the
on
moment
the
you described
sheet.
it the way you did, I'm like, no, I like that.
And then it has a primal innate spell to represent the fire sphere it spits up with flaming sphere.
How often can it do that one? Is it like once?
It
How
is
does that work?
at will.
Oh, nice.
Jesus Christ! I guess
It
you
is
couldn't really only have efficiently like
I
2
think
out
it's-
at once without doing anything else.
I was gonna say, especially if, as mentioned, like he's more of like a bruiser that curtails towards
Yeah.
his abilities. That makes a lot of sense. I like that.
And despite him being level 6, I kept Flaming Sphere only at level 2. And Flaming Sphere is also one of those ones where if you succeed, even though it's a basic reflex save, you end up taking no damage.
Still,
Oh, really? I actually didn't know that.
Yep. Creatures that succeed
Oh,
at
yeah,
their
right
save
there.
take no
Yeah.
damage instead of half.
Instead of half, yeah.
Mhm.
Neat. That's actually kind of cool. I would not have known that.
Yep.
Granted,
So-
we did never get to see it because Eustace, poor
Critically
guy,
failed both times.
twice. Yeah, that flaming sphere came into his face, and he didn't know what to
He's
think
an
of
old
it.
man. Leave him alone.
It's that hammer, that mallet was really dragging him down.
He couldn't superstition his way out of that one.
But yeah, any thoughts, feelings, suggestions? Oh, as you can see, in regards to his saves, he does have a high fortitude. So I was grateful for you targeting that. but his reflex and will are both 1 point above low. But I could maybe knock them down to low if you think that fits better.
Well,
Because he succeeded on a 9 against your DCs.
Ooh.
Dang.
Barring, any debuffs and stuff.
Mhm.
Do you feel like that's too much for a level 6 creature against a level 5 party, or do you think that's right?
I'll let you decide that most, Decaf, considering
I'm thinking on it.
both caster.
The Readworthy. That is an interesting way to run Charrogg, and it's one you could certainly do. But as this sort of big, like just lumbering beast, I don't think it's something it would do as much.
Fair.
Because you have to like play into the creature as well. So maybe if they ran into an uplifted Charrogg, it would just sit up there and spit out a flaming sphere every round, and just keep sustaining them, chasing the players around the battlefield.
That is exactly one of the thoughts I had.
Honestly, that's hysterical to think about.
Yeah, no. The idea of like casting 2 flaming spheres, sustaining it twice, and then having an action to just run around is something. It's just a general fun concept.
I love that.
Yeah.
I
No,
think the abilities are fine though.
That is a very fun idea, but one I don't think a regular Charrogg would use.
If it's a group of Charroggs, you have the one leader that stays above.
Just
they're a
spits
pack.
burning
Alpha
spheres.
Charrogg.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Just a field of fire at that point.
That's terrifying.
Just flaming spheres everywhere.
Everywhere. Honestly, I feel more bad for the GM having to run that.
It would start looking more like a pool table.
Exactly.
The sad part is my brain went to Resident Evil 5 recently.
Oh no.
There's a specific area in there that you're getting chased around via flaming spheres. Literally. Not there. There is not even a question. That's exactly what's rolling around.
Oh my god.
Well, all right.
Yeah, I think this is good though, personally.
Awesome. I don't have an item built for this guy yet. However, Charrogg. So, Dauntless is a Monster Hunter type game. Naturally, it has items you can make from it. But apparently, there are unique items you can make.
Oh. Okay.
So, Charrogg you can make a hammer called the Charred Crusher. But if you complete like a certain story mission, you can instead make a hammer called the Molten Edict.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, super cool name.
That's menacing.
But it's this big hammer, and it replaces all hammer blast with fireballs that it launches out.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, that's terrifying.
I love it.
Additionally, the Charrogg, has his normal set of armor, and it's called like Volcanic Helm, Volcanic Aegis, Volcanic Grips. But he also has a unique helmet called the Skull Forge.
Ooh.
And this causes all of the damage you deal to become a stamina shield that depletes when you spend stamina. And so...
Oh, interesting.
It is very tempting to build something for both of these, and I haven't settled on which I want to do yet. So, I have to figure that out, and then I will build it.
The Molten Edict just sounds cool.
The Molten Edict does sound cooler, but I feel like I almost make too
terrifying.
many. I almost feel like I make too many weapons, though. But I mean, do people like that? I don't know. Do people prefer weapons? Do people prefer armor? Do they prefer other sorts of items? I'm not sure. Let me know.
I think it's safe to say that most players enjoy weapons.
Of sorts, yeah. Admittedly, but that's also just because, happy numbers to deal damage.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll do something with
armor. I'd be curious what kind of armor you'd do, though.
Well, it'd be something based off of the Skull Forge.
Mm-hmm.
So
would it be like a magic item?
Yeah, it'd be a worn item of some sort, like a helm.
Gotcha.
Um,
Rather than an actual piece of armor.
I mean, I do have an idea. If I'm building the Molten Edict, maybe as like a 2-action ability, you shove a creature, and if it's a success, you get a critical success, and then at the end of the shove, they detonate.
Fucking whoa.
I don't know. It's a fun idea.
Yeah.
I feel like it kind of it's more fun than just like here's a hammer that shoots fireballs.
I mean, that's still it's alright fun. Excuse me, sorry.
Alright, come on. Fireball. It's a classic.
It is, but you
You
know.
give that to the barbarian, it's on.
Oh no.
Well, I'm gonna think on it. But this concludes tonight's stream. I noticed we had a couple people jump in. Sorry guys, you got here a little late. You can watch this later. And when I do finally post the Charrogg over on the YouTube channel, I will be posting this the stream as well. So you can watch the watch what's it called? The VOD? The VOD of this, or you can end up watching it on YouTube. But thanks for coming out. Great having you. And we will catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Ciao, friend.
Bye.